You shouldn't have kids. What about your career? Family is more important than career. 10 years later, the woman on the left crying about her job, and the trad wife being happy with her 3 children. Ah yes, because one thing will automatically work for every woman. Because that's how this works. Right, because only women are upset at their job and men never are. Because people, of course, don't dislike their job sometimes. And of course, having children is the one true fulfilling thing for women. Sure. Yes. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some Not How Girls Work, which is just wild, and it made me feel a little bit better, at least, if it was only men who say these weird things, but it isn't. So, you know, there's just that. But anyways, you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll check out some more memes. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. The vagina/vulva is poorly designed. First of all, the clitoris and urethra should be combined into one. Guys pee out of their penises, so why don't vaginas kill 2 birds with 1 stone? It's inefficient design. If women peed out of their clitorises, they could do it standing up, so I imagine bathrooms would be much more efficient, just like the men's room. Secondly, vaginas should have integral tongues. If I'm going down on a lady, I should be able to French kiss her down there. And if I'm having penetrative sex, how good would it be if her vagina could lick my balls when I'm balls deep? Also, a tongue down there would help clean the lips, in the same way we lick ketchup off our lips after eating a hot dog. Lastly, it's positioned way too low and too close to the butthole. What? I mean, the first point at least kind of makes sense, right? Like, I can see where he comes from. It's like, well, if penises, like, have the head of the penis where they pee out of, why don't, like, vulvas do the same thing and just, like, be designed in the way that the clitoris also... I get that part. And to be fair, it is quite close to it. But that part I would, like, even let you get away with being like, why wouldn't it work that way? Because then you could pee standing up. That's a fair point. The second point. I'm sorry, what? It should? This doesn't sound like a should point. This sounds like a imagine if it did that. Like, imagine if it would have a tongue. It would be pleasurable during sex. Okay, fine. If you stated it that way, I might let you get away with it. I still think it's kind of weird, but the way you phrased it just makes it so much worse. And honestly, just it being too close to the butthole, again, I would kind of let you get away with as a point on its own, because, like, bacteria spreading wise if you're not careful. Yeah, sure, but you just ruined everything. Absolutely everything with this middle part. Men must guard their thoughts against lust. Yes. Women should dress modestly. Yes. Or people should just be chill with each other and not be absolute creeps. Like, if you want to dress modestly, if that feels comfortable to you, if that's how you want to dress, sure. If you want to dress in the complete opposite way, if you enjoy wearing skimpy dresses and low-cut shirts, then go off. Because people should have the decency to not be disgusting and stare. Like, if you think someone is attractive and you look at them, okay, but men don't really, or like a lot of men at least, don't seem to know the difference between looking at someone or checking someone out because you think they're attractive and just absolutely staring at them, like, with open mouth and everything. Like, just because someone isn't dressing modestly doesn't mean you get to stare at them and just be weird about it. But people don't get that. So there's that, you know, but if you want to dress modestly, you should, yes. If you don't want to dress modestly, then you shouldn't. Okay, a girl, blue hair, has she, her in her bio. You're oppressed, free yourself, imagine submitting to men and cooking. Re? And the woman on the right, clean your room and take a shower, young lady. Bites delicious homemade cookie. Because if you have pronouns in your bio and blue hair, you automatically can't bake delicious homemade cookies? Once again, if being a housewife and like prepping a lot of your food at home and making homemade cookies and having children fulfills you, and if that's how you want to live your life, go off. But just because it's right for you doesn't mean it's right for everyone. I feel like that's gonna be the only thing I'm gonna say all video, because that's basically it. If you love having colored hair and pronouns in your bio, go off, because honestly it doesn't look that dyed anymore, because it's washing out, but I have dyed hair and pronouns in my bio. And my video descriptions, because people apparently can't tell, so yeah. Am I still gonna take a shower and enjoy homemade food? Yes. Because you can do multiple things, you know? Full-time wife. I get up at 6 AM to make my hubby breakfast and clean. If women looked after their men like me, they wouldn't get divorced. These people make me genuinely mad, and I can never tell if it's men pretending to be women who post these or if it's actual women. Because again, if that's what makes your marriage happy and if that feels right to you, then go off. Literally go off. I will still kind of maybe look at you a little bit weird, because I always have to question if it isn't men, and if you really are choosing it out of your own free will, or if it's just like men, you know. But if you assure me that it is literally just because you want it, then go off. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your life, and I don't care too much either way, but I know how disgusting and weird men are, so I will probably still worry about it if I don't know for sure, you know? Girls are more mature, plus nowadays they have hairy bush at 12 years old. Smileys with the tongue out, really? Is that what we're going for? I think we need to add moral clauses into law and add restrictions to free speech. I mean, free speech, sure, but you're not free of consequences, and talking about literal prepubescent or, well, sort of teenage girls, or anyone underage, just should get you some consequences, because you're probably like a 25 or 28-year-old dude. You have no business even knowing or caring what's in teenagers' pants. Like, why do you care? That's just weird. And why do you feel so comfortable and confident commenting shit like this under videos? And what even prompted you to bring this up? Because I'm pretty sure the original video that this was commented on doesn't even have anything to do with that. What is going on? All women are designed by God to have their first child at 16, when their hormones are high and bones are more elastic for less painful births. All women would be happier if they got married at 16. This gives them a lot more years with their kids and keeps them from aging rapidly. In a Catholic theocracy, depression would not exist. They're designed by God to have their first child at 16. I mean, sure, yeah, a lot of people are capable of getting pregnant and having children at 60. Does that mean they have to? No. In this world, does that mean it ruins their chance at a good life? Probably. Because people don't like hiring mothers, and most men don't earn enough to just like sustain a family of anyone, really. Like, it's kind of difficult to sustain a family on one income nowadays. So even if this woman wants to have children that early and wants to be a housewife, that doesn't mean it's realistic. First of all, second of all, elastic bones are not or shouldn't be elastic. Like, if you're 16, your bones aren't gonna be more elastic. Like, is your recovery gonna be better for anything really the younger you are? Sure. But that doesn't mean you need to have children at 16. And also, what? No, depression is only because women have free will and can decide not to have children at 16 and can... What? What? Okay. Sure, buddy. Ladies, if your man is angry at you or something you did, talking to you as a woman who knows her place, all you should do is keep quiet, hold your hands at your back, bow your head and listen. That shows respect your man. You submit to his authority. Replying back and every other nonsense only highlights your poor upbringing and lack of manners. There's nothing empowering about confronting your man. Your man is much like a father figure in your life. He is there to guide you and correct you when you err. If you can do it to your boss at work, why not with your man? After all, he is above your boss and more important than him. Oh, and once he's done talking to you, you say, thank you, learn or perish. Or find a better person to date, because this is just gross. Like, I'm not even a woman. I'm not even, like, he's not even telling me to do these things, but I want to puke already. Like, I don't even know how you would feel as a woman reading this kind of absolute nonsense, because what? Ah yes, I was born a man, and that's why I'm more important to you, and I only know what's right and wrong, and you're a silly little woman who doesn't know what's right or wrong, so I'm gonna have to teach you like you're a freaking 3-year-old or 5-year-old, because you don't know right from wrong. Apparently. I might have to go puke, because I had dinner before this, but it was delicious, so I don't want to puke it out. But still, these people are... what? No. Ew. Just ew. Women. Choosing a Doberman, Rottweiler, Pitbull, German Shepherd, or other aggressive dog breed reveals your lack of and your desire for a masculine presence in your life. It also pushes him away. He sees the ruse and he wants no part of it. He sees how you're trying to put the masculine in its place by giving it a narrow defined role, a role that you control. The man you really want can't be trained or obey you, and you know that. Get a lapdog instead, a dog that will burrow onto your womb and sleep soundly. Keep that space warm. Your man will know what to do with that. Winky smiley? Really? That's what we're going for? Ah yes. You choose a dog because you wanted a masculine presence in your life. And you just don't want to admit that you want a masculine man? Is that what we're going for? I'm so confused with how these people come up with this kind of nonsense. Really. And it's like, no, you getting like a masculine dog, whatever the hell, means you want to control men. And that's wrong, even though all these men are trying to do is control women and tell you what to do, because you obviously don't know what you want for yourself, because you're a silly little woman. I'm still disgusted and very confused by these people. Under a post complaining that women are complaining when getting stared at. Ever heard of a thing called consent? Ah yes, consent to be looked at. Again, no one's complaining that you look at someone, or that you check them out because you maybe find them attractive. But again, these people really don't know the difference between checking someone out, just kind of like looking at them casually, just being like, and then just going about your day like a normal person, or maybe going up to them and like politely asking them out, or politely asking them, or like trying to chat with them a bit. Because these people really don't know what boundaries are. Or I think they do, because as soon as a gay man would come up and do to them how they look at women, because it's not looking at women, it's just oogling at women or staring at them, and they can't seem to know the difference until a gay man would do it to them, or would like come up to them and say the gross shit that they say to women, then suddenly it will be an issue. But when they do it, it's okay. I guess they're wrong, but that's kind of what I'm getting from these people. That's how men of my country react when being called out on their bullshit opinion. Oh my god, you're fucked with the whole feminist narrative they sold you. I feel sorry for you, man. Poor fella, lol, he sacrificed himself big time. You know, you must sit him down and ask him how he really feels deep down about you. This man is internally crying and you're just unaware of it because you can't see anything else apart from your own feelings. I bet $1,000 he's not very happy, or you can ask his friends. And please be easy on them if they're men, lol. I'm sorry, but you seem to be very dominant and no man, if real man, will deal with it happily. He's just putting up with you. You think you got a higher ground because you've read a lot about these things? Maybe that suggests you need to touch grass, go out and see the world a little. And it's funny, you say misandry doesn't exist when it clearly does. Pseudo-feminists do it all the time. Just to fit your narrative here. If hate for women exists, then hate for men also exists. Hate doesn't discriminate, even if your education tells you otherwise. No one's saying you can't hate men. No one's saying there aren't women who hate men. Because, frankly, they probably do. Which is fair, I cannot count how many times a day I say I hate men. You know? And is it a generalization? Sure. Do I hate every single man? Of course not. But you kind of seem to generally just jump from, oh, this one woman wronged me, she broke my heart, or she turned me down when I hit on her weirdly, so now all women are trash and only go for chats. Again, I'm going into the incel vibes, but that's still kind of what I'm getting from this is, oh yeah, no, but I wouldn't want a dominant woman like you. You got that she's dominant from exactly one post, by the way, but even if she is, no, I wouldn't want that because I need my women to be submissive and just shut up and bow their head and listen to them when I tell them right from wrong. But that means every man does it? Like, I guess at least you're generalizing men too, but that really doesn't actually make it better. My god, what is with people? I have a hard time believing that people are like this are real, but they are. And I think I like forgetting about it because it terrifies me. And once again, I'm not even a woman. I have like no real reason to be this terrified of men like this. But I still am, so I feel sorry for women for having to deal with all y'all nonsense. Right this way, Roll Tide. He sounds sad, but we know he loves that he can say that to Pam and Tim now. Tim and Pam, you always acknowledge the man first, especially if you're also a man. Don't be referring to a man's wife without acknowledging him first. I literally got into a spat with the mayor's husband because I was greeting the mayor. Yet he made a point for me to see he was there. Even at my church, when the pastor was ordained by the lady minister, they made a point to acknowledge the husband in the ordination. If this was an in-person greeting, you make sure you shake the man's hand before you just speak to his women. Again, what? This is the type of people who write the headlines of, oh yeah, this famous person's wife won the Olympics or won a medal in the Olympics. No, actually win the Olympics, but like, and this athlete has won like at least 5 different gold medals in the Olympics, but no, she's just someone's wife. And you don't even mention her by name, you just mention the husband's name. That's the vibes I'm getting, and it's just, what? You kind of like, if you walk into a room, you maybe like either just like greet all of them, or if there were like only a few people, you kind of just greet them by row, right? You go in and you greet the first person, and then you greet the next person, and then you greet the next person. Like, what is it with, no, but men are more important, so you have to greet them first, because otherwise they will throw a whole fit about it and cry, and then turn around and be like, no, but women don't know right from wrong, they're basically children. But throw a full-on temper tantrum that not even my 2-year-old niece could throw. So, I'm not sure these people are making that point very well. This is like the burning of the Library of Alexandria, because men and women are different and being hairy is a masculine trait. Again, no one's coming for it if you want to have body hair because it makes you feel masculine. But going around being like, no, but if you don't have a beard or if you shave your body hair, you're not a man anymore, lol, is so stupid and so ridiculous. And how are you not exhausted from constantly policing everyone else? Because the thing is, you're also like constantly policing yourself and being like, no, but what if this thing I do isn't masculine enough? Like, what if I don't seem masculine enough? And just like losing your whole head over it. Aren't you exhausted? My god. on a post about soul protection for a shoe. Doing all this to preserve value is like not sleeping with your girl, so she's more desirable to the next guy. I'm sorry, what? I don't even know what to say anymore. I really don't know what to say anymore. Like, that's just not how any of this works. And again, why do you keep bringing up stuff like this when it's really not relevant? If you don't think you need, like, soul protection for your shoes, then don't get it, but why would you comment really weird things? To the male colleague who just accosted me by the elevator to ask me to change the printer cartridge and declined my suggestion to contact IT because he didn't have the time, the woman with me was the #1 New York Times bestselling author. I'm her editor. We don't have the time either. How is this still happening in 2024? Infuriating. Fair enough, actually. Nancy Cooper, the editor of Newsweek, was infuriated at a female editor being asked to do menial tasks by male colleagues, before publishing a piece on Newsweek proclaiming Taylor Swift to be a bad role model because she's childless. Yeah, listen, you win some, you lose some. Like, yes, it is absolutely ridiculous that it still happens, that men are like, no, but I'm a man, I'm more important. I don't even care who you are, because you probably, like, outrank me. I know this isn't the army, but whatever. But then still turning around and wanting to control other women that way and just being like, no, but she's childless, she doesn't have a family, so she's obviously a bad role model. It's wild for me. Like, it's really wild to me, but still, at least with this one thing, she actually had a point, because it is really infuriating that this still happens. If you think making your husband a sandwich is a sin, but popping your vagina into another woman's vagina in front of the world is power, you are a lost soul. I have never heard of anyone actually popping their vagina into another woman's vagina. But okay, even if you are generally just referring to lesbian sex or something, no one's saying making a sandwich for someone is a sin. But calling someone a sinner for their sexual orientation is also still just really weird and unnecessary. But what? This is... Again, it'd be funnier if these people weren't real. Like, it'd be funny if someone said this as a joke, but y'all just worry me. Sun's out, buns out. I had to kind of include this, because do I think it's a really weird ad? Yes. But it was like kind of one of the most harmless and normal things I found on the subreddit, which isn't saying a lot because it's still this subreddit, but at least it's really by far not as bad as the other ones. Do I still think it's really weird when people go, oh, but sex sells, when it's literally just an excuse to objectify women? Yes, but it's really not as bad as these other posts. Men with Android should get zero pussy. Like, you don't care enough that your picture quality is freaking trash, how are you gonna care about a relationship? You can't fix stupid. If you can't fix a problem, just remove it. Send out an upgrade. A factory reset might help. If it still doesn't work, throw it in the dumpster. Break the device in half. Again, that just escalated. Like, do I think this first point is weird? Yes. Because it's kind of giving the vibes of, no, but my man should drive a better car than me, because otherwise, what even is the point? Which I still think is really weird and superficial, and being like, no, but if you have an Android, I can't date you, because... like, that seems weird. Like, if you care about, like, taking cute couple pictures together, you can always just use your phone. You know? That's fine. So the first point already seems weird, but then just kind of escalating it and kind of underhandedly saying you should just abuse and violate women is just peak behavior, I guess. You just know a girl using these smells like heaven. You also know there is a significant chance you won't be able to get pregnant in a few years' time, because apparently cocoa butter causes infertility. This is my first time hearing this. If you listen to people on the internet, you literally cannot drink or eat or use any products anymore because everything is full of toxins and is gonna kill you. So, maybe just ignore it, and if you like using these products and you think they smell really good, then go off. And if you don't, because you are worried it's gonna give you cancer, then use other products. I feel like a lot of the issues with this whole conversation is generalizing both parties into such limited binaries, when truth, every woman is going to want something different. Every man doesn't want the exact same thing. Taking actual dating advice from women really does help a lot of the time. It's not articulated well. Generalizations are pretty useful. It's describing broad spans of people, which is what he's doing. There are exceptions, of course, but that doesn't mean the basic advice is wrong. Most guys, I would agree, because women don't understand how they behave and react to stuff versus what they say they want. Ah yes. Again, it's not actually better if you generalize men and women, because you're still putting everyone in boxes, and you really pulling the, oh, but women don't know what they want, and women never say what they want, and they never say what they actually mean to say. Listen, dating advice from me, don't listen to people like this, which I think is very, like, a safe bet. Like, don't take your relationship advice from people like these. Pro guy tip. Never let a girl win at anything. Is that a pro guy tip? Is that a pro tip for anyone? Is this? It is a tip you could give to people. But that's about it, because what? If your girl is just, like, naturally better at whatever, playing darts than you are. What? These are the kind of people that make women, like, rethink it and, like, dumb themselves down or pretend they're not good at something, because you will absolutely lose your shit and become violent if they actually just win at something because they're better at it than you. And it's ridiculous. Y'all are adults. If you can't handle someone potentially being better than you just because they're a woman, you really need help. You need help, because that's childish to be that insecure. Because it's just you being insecure in your masculinity and just, like, immediately feeling threatened if a woman happens to be better at you, like, better at something than you. That's just, y'all need help, and I don't know what I need. Sleep, probably, because these people are driving me insane, and if I'm sleeping, they can't keep driving me insane. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these memes and rants. Mostly just rants, I hope. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you're hydrated. If not, maybe go drink something now, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video.